Anyhow, let's get into this first one. Corvus and Pipesuper. Get picks and bans going here. Terrace is apparently no good for Corvus, and Redwood's no good for a lot of people, Pipesuper included. Sharks are being restricted, as is the ballroom. And then we get double library. That is fun. And then extra fun is double courtyard, followed by ballroom. So Corvus did pick Pipesuper's restriction, and finally Modern.
Yeah, worth noting that Corvus has picked Redwoods 4 times this season. So for her, it's actually kind of a pocket pick, but also
Interesting.
Pipesuper has banned it like 4 times as well. So
I'm actually surprised that anybody this season has had the option of picking Redwoods that many times.
yeah, these
Yeah,
Obsidian
that's
players, man, they're all about adopting the new stuff.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's get into it. We got Corvus as the first spy. Papa Danger hanging out here at this bookshelf, getting ready for a fast microfilm. I can feel it. You ready? One of you want to be the counter?
Yep, I got it. If you guys are all ready, then we'll start in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Alright, so as you said, we do not go pick up a quick microfilm. Corvus instead going to the conversation circle, waiting for our selection target, small man, to settle somewhere. Probably, I assume, unless we have some sort of statue shenanigan. Nope, we're just gonna walk away, and I assume we're just gonna chase down the small man here.
probably it's a good choice in such a big map as library. Not go for the bug there, potentially afraid of the laser, which was around the area.
Yeah, we pick up the briefcase instead, and we beat General to the briefcase, pick up our first fingerprint instead. So setting mission progress to start with, whether it be flirts or fingerprints, is always a really good sign for library.
Indeed, we're probably not gonna pick up the banana bread here just because it's that early in the game, so it's not yet necessary. But conversations are getting full at the time, so we may think about it, but we don't, not yet.
Yeah, and I don't hate that choice. We're going to pick up the flirt instead. I think it's worth mentioning too that the stakes for this match are potentially interesting. It feels kind of like an uneven matchup on paper. Corvus was one of the favorites for Obsidian coming in, whereas Pipesuper didn't really get all that much attention. And really coming into this, Pipesuper only had 1 point from a single draw.
Right.
We
Well,
pick up the bug there as we walk past and go into center statues immediately.
yeah, I'm not. I always keep thinking and wondering which is better to go for center statues or go for statues twice on this map. We'll see how it goes for Corvus. We do have Ambassador next to us as well, so we probably want to leave not too close to him to not make Pipesuper to suspect us for the bug this time.
No, but instead the ambassador walks away, leaving a print on this book. We missed our flirt, but we still pick up a difficult. No, we missed a difficult fingerprint as well. That's unfortunate. That could have been really, really big for our mission progress, but we don't pick up the flirt. We don't pick up the fingerprint. And let's see if we just put the book back if we decide to do some microfilm stuff with it.
Yeah, I think we could have gotten away with a microphone there. Doesn't seem like we're a big suspect, and the highlight is just for the statue visit. But perhaps we'll still do that later. There's still enough time, 2 minutes 20-ish. Quite decent progress so far, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. And we still have the banana bread in our pocket as well for use whenever. We're going to go in here behind the ambassador. That was a bit of an iffy path, I think. But I'm not sure how Pipesuper feels about us currently. Like you said, it doesn't really feel like we're a huge suspect, but we certainly have a lot of mission progress done that's been very visible.
Yeah, and that could be one of those paranoid thoughts from Sniper side that looks like a potentially buggable path. So I feel that now we may be on Pipesuper's radar. The laser keeps being there, but it's due to Ambassador and Toby being in the same zone, more or less.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. And we're sitting here, looks like we're just going to wait for a timer flirt on this, which is fine, but that's going to leave us with about a minute 15. Oh, and the selection target leaves us anyway, so that renders that point moot. So yeah, we're at the point now where we have to start getting some stuff done. We're gonna go here, finish up our flirt, which is great. And now we have to get 2 more missions done. We can banana bread and find a fingerprint, and that's probably our best path to victory. But that kind of requires some cooperation from the double agent who is currently taking out a book, and the ambassador. We have to force the ambassador away and grab this briefcase.
Yeah, now if only the double agent and ambassador could swap their places, right, so that we can get the book print instead.
We're gonna pick up this briefcase instead. I'm not sure if this is legal with the ambassador so close, but and I don't think there's a print on this. Corvus doesn't get a print off of this, which is really unfortunate, especially now the laser swings right over to us.
Yeah, now we're definitely a high suspect, and we're in quite of a pickle. 37 seconds left. We need a print and a banana bread, but I think emergency purloin could happen, but not in this case.
Yeah, we were getting laser burned, and we were in the conversation with an SDA, unfortunately, so that fake had the opposite effect that we wanted.
Yeah. I think our suspicion climbed high for that non-credible briefcase on the left side. Potentially Pipesuper credited us printable as well, or at least, you know.
Yeah, the BB didn't even go off yet, so that shot was even pre-banana bread. Like the word, the had been started, but the words had not been said, so that was just.
Yeah, I mean, we did essentially, we were credited for 3 fingerprints there, with 2 briefcases and going to the bookshelf immediately after the ambassador left. And that coupled with these maybe odd, potentially bug path and the center statues just added up too much to Pipesuper, I guess.
Yeah, I took a look at that path on the replay. It actually wasn't really a bug path, that one weird path. They didn't actually go that close to the ambassador.
Oh, okay.
They actually, it looked like looks like Corvus was trying to actually not go near the ambassador, but it was still a weird path. It was like through the center of the conversation.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay, well.
Fair enough.
It was still weird. It was still a weird path.
Either way, Pipesuper picks up the first sniper game here on Library. Going into the second game now with Pipesuper on Spy as Disney. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I like how we immediately turned around to potentially chase the ST, but ST keeps going to the side where we were initially going anyways. It's fun to see though.
Yeah, and we wanted to chase him down, but we felt like the selection target probably was going to bail on us. We probably could have chased, actually, in retrospect, and gotten that flirt in, given that he stopped and drank. But in any case, the selection target is leaving now, and we're just going to probably follow him around until we figure out where he lands. Yep, there we go. Right next to him, pick up a close green for 50%. Not a bad start. We've killed about 40 seconds, and we immediately walk away. That's kind of disrespectful, actually, and I like it.
Yeah, the laser was on the other side. I mean, we chased him for a little bit already. We may as well just get on with other things and with other missions.
Yeah, we go into side statues here. I guess we'll see, given your question earlier about side statues versus center statues. Pipesuper clearly a fan of the second option. As we pick up our 2 inspects right there, we'll have to come back one more time, of course, to finish that mission off. With a lot of bouncing here around the ambassador, and we're chasing pretty closely. No bug going off after all. We're just going to go back to our selection target and hope to get a flirt in before he bails on us. But no, the selection target leaves as we approach, and we just swing around and get right into statues to finish up inspects instead.
I mean, I don't mind it too much, especially that things were not being seen there from Sniper's perspective. So we there we go, and we make use of that and just put it back before. Oh.
Yeah, we green swapped while we were there as well, and I'm not sure if we were even seeing that statues, in which case, if we weren't, Corvus is in big trouble here. We're going to have to see the reaction after Boots swaps the statue for us. The laser hovers over it. I don't think it was visible on sniper camera yet. The banana bread goes off as well, which knocks Boots out, the swapper.
Yeah. Thing is, I'm pretty sure we were not seen. There were some weirdly technical things with the ambassador going on the left, and Corvus even had her safety off on Alice for a moment. So it seems swap is being seen now.
Yeah, a little safety off on the on the statue itself, but no real reaction. Corvus is trying to piece together what could have possibly happened. But meanwhile, we're requesting a drink, and we're getting the purloin right here in the corner, on the far side of the venue, not on camera at all. The camera is not swinging around, and we're just going to gulp immediately. Pipesuper is just doing stuff here, and Pipesuper is in fantastic shape. And we have a highlight, but we can't really be a suspect for either the purloin or the swap. And safety off on Twin, and Twin just takes the bullet.
Yeah, he was one of the statue visit highlights. He was at that set and very early in the game, on that side. So perhaps we assumed that that he came back or something like that. But yeah, I think Pipesuper there did very well throughout the game. Used the noticing where the laser was and specifically where it wasn't, and doing missions in that regard.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice game by Pipesuper. Aggressive, purposeful. I really like everything that they did there. All right, so Pipesuper goes up 2-0 here on Corvus's pick of library. Corvus trying to equalize here as general.
Yeah.
In
If I
no,
just
go
thought
ahead.
I could come back to something. There was so when the swap was approximately happening, there was interesting case at the blue bookshelf because Salmon was at it, Alice was also at it, and Ambassador just kept standing behind Alice for a while until Salmon left, and then Ambassador went to that bookshelf, and that was where Corvus's attention was at the time of the swap.
Interesting. So some AI shenanigans causing Corvus's attention to be split there. Is that what you're saying?
Quite so, yes. And I'm a bit perplexed about those shenanigans myself. Would be interesting. Like he sort of got stuck there, perhaps waiting for his turn to go to the bookshelves.
Maybe. I think the ambassador tends to be a bit more susceptible to those sorts of things. I mean, we've certainly
Okay,
seen replays in Discord of ambassador just waiting at statues or at bookshelves in the past. So,
fair
but
enough.
anyway, this is a supposition for a different place, I suppose. Let's move on to the next game.
Yeah, fair enough. My apologies.
No, perfectly fine. That's a good point. And Corvus confirms in chat actually that the ambassador confused her and was drawing her attention away. So definitely a good call out.
Safety
But
was off on the ambassador, by the way, during that moment. Just
Okay.
just why not? He's breaking the rules, so why not?
Yes, so
Fair.
suspicious that just in case.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
Pipesuper's found a way to be the ambassador. You never know. All right. Anyhow, next match.
Yep. Moving on. We have Corvus as general in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Also, who's the selection target here?
The queen. Oh, I see.
So we have memes going on, and I'm for it. Corvus goes in to pick up an early book. It seems like the plan must be, this was purposeful, so the plan must be to do a microfilm here. Yep, and we immediately do it. Oh, it's right on camera. The camera
It's
sees
very
us.
much on the laser on screen.
Yeah, that could be a shot, but instead we're just highlight. I really don't like this position that we're in, though, right off the bat. But
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's quite patient for Pipesuper to highlight it because like it's so or early in the game that unless you're like 100+% certain, there's enough time to shoot them later.
That's certainly true. And the laser is still swinging around to look at other people as well. So we're not dead. We pick up a drink and the flirt, a green flirt at that, and we're fine. This is fine. The ambassador's leaving another print on blue books, so we could go back to that. We fire off a fake here, but unfortunately we have an SDA and we split, trying to pull off a low light. I don't think we're gonna get rewarded for it, especially with the SDA in that conversation circle as well.
Yeah, and I believe the suspicion for the microfilm in the beginning is probably quite higher than the further sniper play allows it to be seen. We're back on the. Mhm.
Yeah, we pick up a green difficult fingerprint here on the blue book, and that could be helpful as there's really no point in going back to books here unless we're going for that fingerprint. And if Pipesuper isn't aware of that fingerprint or isn't tracking it well, then we definitely got a solid bit of mission progress there, and maybe even threw off some suspicion as well. We're gonna leave the conversation now and go down towards the other side. We're gonna pick up just a bug here, a wrong arm bug on camera, but no real reaction.
The laser was swinging back and forth, so perhaps due to that it was missed.
Yeah, we do another fingerprint with a briefcase right by the ambassador. I'm still not sure if that's really correct. But nonetheless, we get it done, and we go into center statues here again. Now, this is really a big test. If we're a big suspect for that microfilm before, we could just get shot right here. But if
Yeah.
not, and the seduction target comes to us as well, we already have flirts done though, so not a big deal. She is blocking our last inspect though.
It's so. I'm not sure how I feel about Corvus's chances here because we do have a lot of mission progress, but we do have a lot of suspicion, and now it's becoming a bit more obvious as well. It does seem quite that we're the main suspect.
Yeah, and I guess as we should be, especially as that microfilm was seen. But also, as you said, we only need one more mission. And we still don't have banana bread done either, so we could just do that instead of going for the much more high-risk microfilm, which I think probably should be the play here. But we're not. The double agent is on the other side of the venue, and we could already be credited with a banana bread as well, which means that if Pipe Super is mission tracking, they've missed one thing that we've done.
But perhaps doing the real banana bread could even work in our favor then, because if we're credited having done the banana bread, why would we need it second time?
Yeah, that's certainly true as well. We get offered a drink here. We're just gonna take it, which means that banana bread must be the plan to finish here after all, because we wouldn't be taking a drink if the plan was to microfilm, right?
I agree, yeah. It seems we are heading off to the double agent, who unfortunately leaves the convo. But, why not? Let's chase him.
Yeah, we do a little bit of odd bouncing there, and that was right in bug range too. The laser follows us for a bit as well, and the double agent goes into statues. That's really unfortunate. The double agent is just not cooperating here whatsoever.
I'm thinking of emergency purloin, but we do have an SDA already, like SDA banana bread. So I think we're gonna get shot if that happens.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like banana bread is our best option here, but Taft, being the double agent, has just zoomed over to the far side of the venue, and we're gonna have to chase right now if we're gonna do this. And even then, we are gonna have overtime, even if we get there in time and he cooperates. So I don't like this. And look at the laser following us, looking for that bug.
Yeah.
We
I
jump in and
think
we immediately banana bread. Oh no, we red test. We're gonna cough.
it's
Assuming it
gonna
even
be
comes
on
off,
screen.
Banana bread.
we cough, and the time runs out as it goes off. We
Oh
just time out
wow!
because the clock says the banana bread went off with 0.7 seconds remaining, but we still don't get credit for it, and the time just runs out.
Yeah, well, banana bread uttered, I believe, is when it talks, but when it takes, I guess, is a little bit after that. It might be worse
Yeah.
because of the might take longer because it was a red test. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
It
mean
usually
we were certainly dead either way if it goes off and when this goes into
Yeah.
overtime, but even so, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, we were pretty dead, but yeah, just extra dead.
Yeah. Wow. So the seduction or double agent rather just does not cooperate, and because of that, Corvus drops third game in a row. Pipe Super up
Yeah.
3-0 on Corvus's map pick.
Yeah, I feel like at some point you just give up and swap, right?
Maybe
I
you would,
mean,
Cletus.
why
I
not?
mean, yeah, I mean, I would have swapped a long time ago, actually.
I mean, one swap already got through. Oh, but that was by Pipe
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah, but general is a very good swap block.
Yep, that's certainly true. But yeah, Pipe Super a surprising 3-0 to start here, going into his spy side for the last game of Gallery. As which twin is this? As
The
Bling twin.
blingiest one.
This is the blingiest twin. All right, I can't see Bling apparently. I'm Bling blind. But anyway, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
It's so shiny that it even blinds you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Seems
All right,
we're
we're gonna go into books here with our seduction target. We're gonna green flirt, take a drink, and pull out a book.
That seems like a very active start. I like that.
Yeah, we saw a really active game from Pipe Super last time. Really aggressive, just going mission site to mission site and doing, just right clicking a lot. And it worked out. They were clearly rewarded for it last time. So I'm looking to see more of the same here.
Yeah, especially because we're up 3-0, we kind of can't afford being a bit more aggressive and being more experimental and being more in your face.
Yeah, we requested a drink here. This has to be a purloin, right? No, we just reject and walk away immediately.
It seems like it was a plan to purloin that, and then Pipe Super changed his mind.
Yeah, which I mean, fair enough. One thing that does interest me about this matchup in general is that Corvus's only loss to this point was to Ogilby, who I believe is either real-life friends or at least a common play partner of Pipesuper. So I wonder if there was a bunch of tech and strategy planning here between the two of them beforehand. Oh, safety off on Twin already.
Just for the single insect? Interesting.
Well, there have been a
It would,
bunch of etiquette breaks that Corvus may have caught.
fair
Animation
enough.
breaks leaving conversation. So that would be my guess.
That could be the thing. I'm also thinking Ghost Swap maybe something, and now with
Okay.
the quick talk for the flirt there.
All right. Well, Corvus has had enough of the way this is going and just flexes a little bit to take a shot with one mission done.
I mean, if you're gonna try to get back at your opponent with a score of being down 3-0, that's kind of the way to do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're sure of that shot, you've seen enough. Take the shot early. Bring back bring it back for your ego and move on. So Corvus down 3-1, but we've certainly seen bigger comebacks take place in SEL this season.
Definitely.
All right, so let's move on to Kletos' favorite, Double Courtyard. We have Corvus here as Taft. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Corvus does not take the Chaos bug as we bounce around the Ambassador and just settle into the conversation circle next to him.
It seems Pipesuper may have credited Corvus with the bug nonetheless, as potentially witnessed by the camera shake. Or at the very least, he was suspicious of a few people that were around Ambassador.
Yeah, that camera shake may have just been frustration at not getting a good look at who potentially could have bugged, and we didn't pick up a highlight, so I think we're probably okay, but it's worth keeping in mind for later on if we have 3 missions done and we see how Pipesuper reacts to that.
Yeah.
Instead, we pick up just the green flirt here next to our seduction target. Double Agent is in the conversation with us, and looks like these conversation circles are pretty full. The laser follows Kane here for a bit, as Kane certainly could have bugged there on the way by, but we immediately knock Kane out with the banana bread.
Yeah, and it seems we're not caught as having been in that conversation. We're not Lola either, which is fair.
But yeah,
Yeah, it
look at all
doesn't
these
seem.
highlights.
Yeah,
And
those are.
we do we do a green time ad as well, and come back in the conversation with our seduction target. This is not going to be a 3 flirt. The seduction target bails on us anyways, rendering that point moot too. But the seduction target does get the statues, and we might just choose to follow her in.
Yeah, and complete another mission while we're at it.
Yep, but no. We're just gonna. We pick up the briefcase instead. Corvus is really forcing fingerprints here so far this match, and I like the choice. We're just going to drop the briefcase right here as the ambassador starts. No, we're just going to return it after all, as the ambassador did move away. And I would expect us to just go tuck ourselves right in next to our seduction target here afterwards. Yep, there we go. We're going to go for another flirt. And it's a white for 85%.
Yeah, there have been quite a few statue visitors during this game so far. So I wouldn't be too surprised if a civilian shot happens a bit later. But seems like Super is just being patient and looking for things. We are not pilot. So we're in a good position as Corvus, I would say. We do need to look for the second fingerprint at the.
Yep, that's certainly true. But as you say, I mean, we have partial mission progress done on the fingerprint. We have our flirt almost done. And we're just going for a bug here. We bug, and the camera angle was such that I don't think it was seen. We walked behind the ambassador, and I think we got away with that one pretty cleanly, which completely takes away. This could be a statue-less game.
I would love that. I think it's very good to do either a statueless game or a silent game, as it were. The bug. We could have had suspicion for the bug just based on the pathing, but yeah, I don't think the bug itself was visible.
No, we go in and do a fake banana bread here. I'm not sure what the thinking was as we knock out a few more statue visitors. But ultimately, I think we're okay, except that time is running down. We're going to go in here and finish our flirt, but we're not... instead, we're just gonna go pick up statues after all. So we're not doing
Yeah.
a statue-less game despite that early progress. But at this point, I don't see us getting shot given all the other high suspects and the fact that that bug probably wasn't visible.
It seems so. Yeah, I think Pipesuper would have shot by now if Taft was the choice there, and we're just in the mission countdown. Well done. Nice to see Corvus pick up. Now it's the result is way closer. 3-2. You can see the sort of fighting spirit coming back right away.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of interesting to note that statue was actually fingerprintable, so I wonder if it would have been a slightly better. I mean, it worked either way, but just do a one cycle, get the fingerprint, and go, because then you wouldn't be suspected. You wouldn't be suspected for an inspect since Teal had the other statue.
The real flex would have been a 6-mission victory.
Yeah. Which... You do fingerprint, and you do swap. Obviously, that's the truth.
And then you clank on the way out.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
But alas, Corvus's meme potential does not come through here. Instead, Pipesuper going on to spy side as Kane. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. We're just going to beeline right to our selection target and hopefully pick up this flirt. But no, General moves away and we don't get credit for it. We're just going to sip instead as General walks away to the other pad. And we're just going to try this one again.
No, this is where I would say it would be a bit obvious, even though it's in the beginning of the game. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, we take a little bug path here, but definitely don't bug. The not bugging is clearly visible. And that's perfectly fine, especially if you trust your sniper enough to credit that you did not in fact bug when you take a bug path. That can actually be a really strong play. But instead we're going to go into statues right now and pick up that highlight for being, I think, the first statue visitor of this game.
Yeah, I don't think I like early statues here just because we're gonna carry that highlight for the rest of the game and there's still 2.5-ish minutes to go. So I would have liked to see something else happen instead.
Yep, but I think we're okay for right now at any rate. Because especially on Courtyard where statue visitors are such a rote highlight for basically everybody, until we do something a little bit more aggressive, we're just going to be, this is more just threat highlight versus suspicion highlight. In that we're just one step closer to actually finishing. Instead, we pick up a green flirt as well, 85%, and our mission progress so far is pretty solid. We're being offered a drink. We could just purloin here. No, we're just going to take the drink instead, which makes sense as we already have statues done anyway.
Yeah, and I was about to say it was quite under the laser, so it seemed it was being watched at least to a decent extent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how well Corvus is tracking Purloin, but this being Courtyard, I'd have to assume that she's putting some sort of premium on paying attention to the Purloin chains. We pick up another flirt here and finish that off. So we still need to banana bread, and there haven't really been many statue visitors this game either. This has been a pretty quiet party, which is not a great sign for Pipesuper here.
Yeah, and the thing is, we still need the 4th mission.
Yep,
It's
that's
quite
true
too
too.
late. Yeah, it's quite too late for fingerprints now that it's less than a minute. So either bug or purloin, unless we go back to statues for a swap, especially like right after Boots here, or not.
Yeah, but we knocked Boots out with that banana bread. She was just neutralish. She wasn't brought all the way down to a low light. Hopefully that won't cause any issues going forward. But instead, we're just going to purloin. We take the drink, and the list... Yeah, it's visible. Of course, just going to shoot us here.
It's on screen, yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty standard Courtyard game for both sides, to be honest. You get the first 3 missions done, you pick up the inspect highlight, and then get shot for a white purloin. That's about as standard as it goes, right?
I mean, that kind of seems like your standard Courtyard.
All right. Well, let's move into our next one, I guess, with Corvus here as Orange Sorry. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, and right now result is even. It's 3-3. It's back. Well, wouldn't exactly say that it's back to 0, but either of us can just as equally take it. So it's
Yep.
Ooh, we start with a bug.
Well, we bug. It's on camera, and I think we're dead here.
Or even that. Well.
I like the thought. I like the aggressive bug. The camera just kind of swung over at the wrong time, and we waved at it. So fair enough.
Yeah.
You think that would have worked if it was Taft?
Possibly.
Yeah, just not just the hand just sticking a little bit through. Just not quite a big enough boy for that one.
Yeah, I should mention that this is why I've shifted to doing Taft exclusively as my ambassador this season. Just there's just so much more cover for those bugs.
Yeah, I random all cast, so I don't bother with that.
Yeah, but you're also a monster, so
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, we have Pipesuper again here as twin. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And this is the Blink twin again.
Yes, there's a theme here. We are just going to beeline down. We do a little bit of a NASCAR circuit as we take a bug as we walk past the ambassador. A little bit awkward landing in the window pad here, but it doesn't look like we have any real suspicion for it. We're going to take a path now around into... No? Where are we going? We tuck into this conversation now with Seek and finish our drink.
Yeah, I would love to have a first flirt happen around, I'd say.
Yeah, that would be great. Also, Pipesuper's really just been not paying much attention to etiquette at all. We've seen sips all over the place. We've seen some interesting paths, but I don't. Aside from maybe that last library game, they got punished for it. But so far, they've been largely okay despite that. We take another bug path here behind the ambassador. Looks like Corvus is pretty on top of that, so probably not crediting a bug there. But nonetheless, maybe not the thing you want to do if you're trying to avoid suspicion.
Yeah, especially when you already have the bug.
Yeah, we go in with a double agent now, and this is not a bad time for banana bread. Teal splits really quick, and we have a couple lowlights, but that's not too bad at all. We do not purloin. We gotta go get some flirts done. We have 0% on our flirts with a minute 45 left to go, which isn't impossible, but we gotta get a move on.
I don't know. Do we even plan to do something else and just not flirt? I suppose not. Okay, we're back to something usual. Yeah, we're gonna need to scramble on those flirts or hit some green tests.
Yeah, I think the play right now is bail from here immediately, go pick up the inspects, and then come back and flirt again. Just because time is ticking down and we have to get those inspects done. I'm assuming that's the plan at least, this being courtyard. And yeah,
No,
looks like that's what we're gonna do.
the thing is, even when we're back, like we need flirt and we need another one, so we have to chase quite aggressively or be suspicious by leaving and coming back and things like that. It's it's questionable, I put it like.
No, I agree with you. We go in here and pick up another close flirt situation, and Boots picks up a highlight as well for standing next to us. But
And I believe I saw a flash of safety being off.
yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure who the suspects are here, though. Possibly Boots, given that she's picked the highlight. Yeah, safety off on her, and here comes the shot. Boots takes the bullet. Cletus, what did she do?
She BB'd. She inspected. She talked. I don't know. That's probably it. Everybody has bug, obviously.
That's true. Everybody does have bug on courtyard, so I mean, if we're crediting her with bug, then Corvus says Boots path leaving statue. Oh, so apparently she took a goofy path into that conversation circle, and that was enough for the shot.
Yeah, well, she did kind of shove herself in there as well. Let's fight. Let's follow this. Oh, whoops, I'm not on replay. So here we go. All right, down the path.
Oh, she stopped for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, her spot got taken. It looks like, and so she repathed, and just so happened to repath to the same conversation.
Yeah, so it was either the DA or it was actually Pipesuper who took Boots' spot, and therefore Boots stopped and repassed to pretty much the same.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's too bad. That's one of those AI things that just kind of happen.
Yeah, I can definitely see why that looks suspicious, though.
All right, so Pipesuper holds serve, and even though Corvus takes the first two courtyard games, Pipesuper brings it back to going into ballroom here, 5-3,
Yeah.
with Corvus on general in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And seduction target is queen.
As is tradition. I would bet that the stats are pretty heavily in favor of general being the spy, though, and queen being the seduction target instead of the other way around.
Yeah, I would deem general to be better spy as well.
We only pick up one inspect there, despite going into the side statues, and we pick up the highlight forward instead. We're gonna go in and get a green flirt. Very nice. This is the general queen connection here. And ambassador's going into center statues on the other side and leaving us a print there. So that might be the play next.
Yeah, and it is the center statue, so we're quite likely to get both inspect. Even if we get AI RNG a bit.
See, we're just gonna go into this other conversation circle instead. I'm not sure what the plan is here, but Corvus must have something in mind. Ambassador walks past us. We could have gone for a bug, but instead we just read fake BB and cough. I think it was seen.
I think we're suspected for it, but the coughing hand was covered by the pillar, so it wasn't obvious. It wasn't as obvious as it may seem.
Double agent comes in again, and we banana bread again. Oh wow! Twin takes the bullet for us.
I think that was just very much a misshot.
Yeah, look, the
We were
safety was
meant
off
to
on
die.
us, and Twin just walks by right as the shot is going off, and we pick up a gift win here.
Oh god.
Yeah, there was no reason to shoot that, be that hasty with the shot.
No, I agree, and unfortunately, Pipesuper's lack of patience costs them a game here as the missed shot comes off as Bling Twin takes one for the team.
Blink noted that Pipesuper has chosen Blink Twin twice so far in this set. So,
Yeah.
So apparently,
Well,
I don't know.
Pipesuper.
I don't know. Is that karma or I don't know what to call that, but.
Well, moving to the next game, Pipesuper is back on Kane, so friendship ended with Bling Twin. And Kane is my new friend. All right, well, that's pretty tilting. I mean, I've certainly been in that situation, and a missed shot like that is a tilting way to lose a set. So let's see what Pipesuper's mental state is like going into this game here. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, it's and like Cleto said, it wasn't as necessary to shoot. You can sort of, at least now I would be able to live with myself a bit more. If it's, it's the end of the game, I have to shoot because Spy is finishing right about now. Yeah, and this one,
Banana bread.
Yeah, that's brutal.
yeah,
We
it
take a
needed.
drink here. The ambassador is in a buggable position, I should point out. As we banana bread, I thought the plan was to banana bread bug, but the laser is just hovering over us watching this, and we're just gonna let the ambassador walk away without taking that bug after all.
Yeah, I agree with that. Corvus was watching that quite closely and quite intensely. So we need another opportunity for that, I'd say.
Yep, and I mean, this is ballroom, so we'll certainly have other buggable opportunities at some point in this game, especially as Kane with with the very strong bug that Kane possesses. We're going to go into statues instead here in the side statues. And this is something that Pipesuper's been doing a lot, as in picking up fairly early in specs and getting highlight for it. And I think it certainly played a role in some of these games.
Fair. I mean, it still feels that with two visits, one of them could be missed by something else happening, and just overall looks a little bit less suspicious than it's like, hey, I'm just gonna completely finish a single mission right at once. Right?
Yeah, look at the ambassador now. See, if we were going to go for a bug, this is the time to do it. With the ambassador right there with the pillar blocking it as well. I would not hate a bug right here whatsoever, as Sari clears the way for us. But it doesn't look like we're
Yeah,
going to go for it, as the camera isn't focusing in that direction.
Yeah, I think it would be quite a good opportunity, but I think we would still get a lot of suspicion for it, even if the bug itself wouldn't be seen.
That's true, but at the same time, I mean, you are Kane, and we're already a highlight anyway. I think that at some point you kind of have to force these things, but it's kind of a academic discussion as we decide to go over to this painting pad instead and just hang out and stare at the pretty colors.
Um,
Corvus, meanwhile, is still focusing a lot of attention on the ambassador, so maybe Pipe Super is aware of that and just is choosing to not bug, given how much Corvus is focusing on that.
Yeah, I can definitely appreciate that kind of careful approach to that, right? Just because I want to doesn't mean I should.
Yeah, that's certainly true. We pick up a fingerprint off that drink, but we're down under a minute now, and we have a lot of partial mission progress, but we're gonna have to do a lot of stuff really quick. We're gonna have to go statues, we're gonna have to flirt, and we're gonna have to find another print somewhere as well. We just chug down this drink real quick.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why we took that one. If we had been done with flirt, I perhaps even would say inspect swap. It is kind of on laser.
Oh, you're seeing inspect swap. It's
Yeah.
happening. And
Oh, there
Corvus
we
has
go.
seen it too. Yep, there goes the shot right away.
Yeah, and I will
I mean-
note there was a fingerprint on that drink. That's why.
fair
That's
enough.
why it was taken. But it was a bit late to get 2 fingerprints, so maybe it was not expertly planned timing wise.
All right. Well, so ballroom, thanks in part to Bling Twin just getting us down, Mr. President. Corvus brings it back to 5-5 going into the final map of this set here of Modern.
Yeah, very, very back and forth game, whether that back and forth was one game or was it three.
Yeah, we started down 3-1. So Corvus has
3-0
brought it
even
back.
at some point.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Um, again, Corvus had a little bit of assistance from the AI in bringing it back, but nonetheless, we're back here at 5-5 with Corvus here on Small Man in 3, 2, 1, playing it. I think this is the first Small Man game we've seen this set, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, we pick up a green flirt, a little camera shake of approval from Corvus after that.
I think it was
And let's see
disapproval
what-
because of the 45%.
Yeah.
Maybe, but there was more of a nod versus a shake. I don't know. I could be reading too much into this. In any case, Ambassador has left us a print on that far statue over there, and it looks like I would guess that that's where we're gonna head next, given how Corvus has been prioritizing fingerprints so far this set.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we,
we're leaving.
we are looking towards that direction, and we should pick the briefcase first, though.
Yeah, I think technically that's the legal play, but
Yes.
we just pick the highlight. We lose the briefcase as Hare picks it up instead. I think we're probably okay here, though. So we pick up 2 inspects and a fingerprint, and that ain't so bad.
Yeah, good start, considering it's still a relatively early game. I don't think we're suspicious for that as such. I think the zoom in was just more to check for the swap, just in case.
Yeah, that's probably fair. We go all the way across to this window pad here, and I'm curious as to what Corvus is thinking next. We should go finish up, pick up another flirt here, if nothing else, I would assume. But looks like we're going to pick up a drink instead. And this is the first bar venue we've seen as well in this set. So I'm not really sure how well either of these players are going to be tracking bar purloin. And I guess this is going to be the test for it right here.
Yeah, Modern is one of those maps that definitely that you definitely should have a strategy for the bar visitors. Um, Unfortunately, RST has left the conversation, so we need to go somewhere else. I assume the play was there to enter a convo to both get a flirt and a delegate.
Yeah, we could do a banana bread delegate here instead. As the double agent is here in this group. Yep, here comes the banana bread. And that's going to go off. We're going to let off a bunch of lowlights here, which is not great. We are going to try to delegate to Taft, and as Taft leaves, we shake our camera again.
Yeah, potentially for RST not joining us as closely as we need to, but we wouldn't get it done with a green flirt anyway, so I think this is even better because it's less likely that we'd get paired.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Another flirt. We're up to 84%. So one more flirt will finish that mission off. We're down to a minute 30. We have to go get our inspects and fingerprints out. We're gonna go finish off the inspects right now, clearly. And I think this has a print on it too, actually.
There we go. Yeah, it's printable, so 2 missions done in one go. And we could just finish flirts and banana bread then.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Pipe Super shoot for banana breads or just for talking before in the past. So that's certainly a risk. And it looks like we're gonna go. No, no, we're not gonna pick up a drink instead. We're just gonna go to contact. It looks like.
Turn. We still need to finish flirt though, and
Banana
our RST is relatively far away from us. Warping. There we go. We just get shot for banana bread there, like you mentioned.
Yeah, we walked in, we talked immediately, and banana did a white banana bread, and I think that confluence of events, coupled with being done with statues, just added up to us getting shot there. I think.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, Pipe Super is now guaranteed at least a tie, which is quite nice, considering the mishap on Ballroom earlier.
Yep, definitely. And Corvus has to bring this back just to pick up that one remaining marble. Um, Pipe Super is not Blink Twin. Friendship ended clearly indeed. And Pipe Super is instead in green dress in 3, 2, 1, playing it. All right, Pipe Super goes into this conversation circle. I assume we're going to finish off this drink sooner rather than later. And this venue was Pipe Super's pick, so I'm going to assume that we're going to see some sort of plan here. The ambassador is leaving us a print on that statue. The selection target looks like she's coming to us, but no, just curves around and instead is going to bar. A little fake out there from Orange, sorry.
That's some teasing. So we go next to her.
Yep, and that's true love. even when the selection target leaves you, you follow. Look at these bar
Amen.
highlights too. Corvus is clearly tracking Purloin carefully, and that's been the choice, is to highlight for bar visitors instead of inspects.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit easier on this map, just considering what usually, how many people usually do bar and how many do statues.
Yep, absolutely. We don't take the direct, but instead we delegate, and we're going to walk in here. We think about going next to the ambassador, but instead curve away to the far side of the conversation. We're going to
I
presumably pick up a far flirt here, and I would assume a delegate as well.
RST leaves. I kind of would have liked to go next to the ST, especially to ST's left side, because that means Amba is on your left where you have a drink and therefore cannot bug, so it's fine.
Yeah, we delegate to Duke here as well. And this is going to be the real test, I guess, to see how Corvus reacts to this delegate going off, or this Purloin, excuse me, going off. Duke picks up a highlight, so Corvus clearly on top of who is currently at the bar. The pillar blocks the drink fade. And let's see if it's noticed. I don't think it's been noticed yet.
It doesn't seem so. Yeah, we got some. Oh,
We
or
got
perhaps
safety
it
off on.
has.
Yeah, safety off on us. So either Corvus is not aware at all of this Purloin, or she is completely on top of it, and we are the prime suspect. And given the safety off there, I'm going to assume it's the latter.
I
We
would
pick up these
agree.
yeah, and we can't even finish our inspects either because Orange Sorry comes and blocks us from finishing that as well. Wait, actually no, we inspected the other one. We could have finished inspects there. I'm not sure why we didn't.
Well, we do get the second flirt, which is nice. So we're a little bit back on track again because RST kept leaving us all the time. So I think we may have been seen chasing her enough already.
Banana bread.
Yeah, and that was our first statue visit, so they couldn't finish the inspect anyway.
Okay,
Right.
my mistake. We banana bread and we just get shot for it. Okay, Purloin clearly seen, and that's a set.
Yeah, that's a tie of 6-6. Tight game, tight result. Now, if only that ballroom miss shot had not happened.
Yep, but that's one of those situations. And Pipe Super, as we said, that's a situation where you can definitely afford to be a little bit more patient, and the impatience there just costs them the second marble from this set.
Yeah, unfortunately, it happens once in a while. Sort of, like it's kind of easy for us to say, but I know that I've experienced it, and I believe a lot of others have experienced it. When you're, even if it's your own game, when you're looking outside it, it's so much easier to sort of calmly and in cold blood mind analyze everything and realize what you should do or should not do. When you're in game, your brain works completely differently.
Oh, that's certainly true. Yes, and by no means am I trying to cast any aspersions upon Pipe Super. They played a really good set, and I was
Of course.
especially impressed by that first library game, especially.